Alright, do you have a NAS? It could be Synology, QNAP, or anything else. So if you want to tune up or make it faster, so I'm going to show you. For instance, here I have this with the 8 base. So I'm going to show you the inside, and also I'm going to tell you everything that you need in order to make it go faster. So basically, as you can see, I took the cover out. So here you will have access to the motherboard. So the main thing that I will tell you is try to add more RAM. So for instance, here you can replace the SIM, the memory card that you see here. So the SIM card, just put it in, and that's it. The only thing that you have to make sure that you go to the website and the compatibility list and make sure that it's going to be compatible. Otherwise, it may not work. Also here in this model, this is a new model, but as you can see here, you can add also the SD cards. So here, this is the M2, so make sure that they are compatible as well. If you go to their website, you're going to be able to do that. So this is the main thing, because for instance, if you install here I have two, so as you can see, so this will be the cache. So the way the hard drives, because you know when you have the mechanical drives, they're going to be very slow. So basically, when you're making a copy of your files, it will copy to these drives. These are very fast, so they're like 7,000 megabytes per second, as you can see here. And I have two, so I bought two. These, at least these are compatible with these, and you're not going to have any issues. Otherwise, if you use any other brand or any other model, the data may get corrupted and you're going to have issues. So make sure that you have the right thing. And once you do that, another thing that you can do in this case is to upgrade the video card, the Ethernet card, the NIC. So this is 2.5 gigabits, but some models, they have the adapter, they have the hole where you can install one of those adapters, so that way you can run the network to 10 gigabit. But in this case, if you don't have it, as you can see here, you have access and you can add Ethernet card here, so that way you can have 10 gigabits. So in this case, I have AMD, and this equipment runs very, very fast. So I like it a lot. So usually before than that, I was running, for instance, with the, if you see here, I'm going to remove this. I have a SSD, so I'm going to get rid of the SSD, and then I'm going to be utilizing the other drive that I just show you right now. So basically, because you have the regular drives, the mechanical drives, these are very slow, but you have a lot of capacity. For now, that is the way it is. Maybe in a few years, the story will be different, but that is one of the things that you can do. So now I'm going to show you the screen, so that way you can see everything that you need to know in order to speed up your NAS. So if you have a QNAP, you go to QNAP. If you have another brand, you go to that brand. So basically, you go here where it says compatibility list, and then you will have to select, for instance, in this case, it's a NAS. It is a NAS. So here I have 8 base, and then you're going to select whatever model that you have. Let's say this one, or whatever you have, it doesn't matter. And then after that, you can select SSDs. So if you want, for instance, like I said before, the M2. Now I'm just selecting, like a random NAS, but make sure that you have the right one. You do that, and then you can select, if you want to install regular drives, you can select the HSD, and that's it. Otherwise, if you want to have one, maybe an external NIC, like I showed you before, you go here, and then you will have to see, which NIC card or Ethernet card you can install. So you go here, and then you will see, okay, here I have some Ethernet card, as you can see, and they are about $100 each one, 140, 150, sometimes it could be a little bit more or less. And if you want the drives, again, all you have to do is go here, and then you select the SSD, and then you go here on the list, and then all you have to do, just just select it, right click, and then search, and that's it. And then you have the drives, and then you see the only thing with the SSDs, the regular SSD with SATA connector is only up to 500 megabytes, maybe 600 tops, but usually what I see, the normal speed that I see is about 500, 550. And with the other ones, like I just showed you before, the M2, they are way faster. So I'll show you SSD, M2. They cost sometimes a little bit more. As you can see, you have even 8 terabyte is great. At least in my case, 2 terabyte is like the sweet spot. It's not very expensive, it's not very cheap, and you're going to have enough storage in order to utilize the cache. Other thing that you can do is upgrade your switch. For instance, switch 10 gigabit, and then if you buy one of these, for instance, it's going to be very fast. I like, for instance, the Ubiquiti. They are kind of pricey, but they're very good. So I have this one. This one runs very well, and then you're going to transfer the data very fast. Otherwise, if you have a 100 megabyte or maybe even 1 gig, and at least in my case, I'm recording all my videos in 4K, it's going to take maybe half an hour or even more, because every file that I create is like 10 gigs, 20 gigs, 5 gigs. And if you have to upload them on YouTube, it's going to take forever. Or even on your NAS, it's going to take forever. So if you have 10 gigs, that will help a lot. Another thing that you can do, for instance, I'm going to run a speed test, so that way you can see you have a 3 gig connection, and it's 3 gig up, 3 gigs down. And another thing that will help you if you have to upload a lot of videos is if you can just you utilize different browsers, because what I seen, at least with YouTube, for each browser it will allow me to upload only 1 gig at a time. So if I open, let's say, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or whatever you want to use, all of them they have that restriction. And even I tried to talk to YouTube about that, and they don't know, but that is my experience. So that way you can utilize all your speed. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to utilize all the speed that you're having. So basically that's it for now. If you have any question, please let me know in the section below. And if you want to keep learning, remember I have all my classes organized in my playlist. So you go GabakUSA, and then you go here where it says playlist.
Welcome to my channel, GabakUSA.
Here, playlist, and then you have all my classes over there. Also, if you want to search for some topic, go to the magnify glass that you see over there. That's it. So hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have any question, please let me know in the section below, and see you next time.